This week from the internet, if this party wagon is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Super7 tantalizes Ninja Turtles fans with a little Cockpit tease. Plus, Disney announces plans to take X-Men fans back to the 90s before Hugh Jackman tarnished the brand forever with his tall Wolverine. And collectors get a handful on Instagram with the hashtag 5-figure handshake challenge. Stand back, it's the Reluctant Adult Podcast. Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who has 3 rules: cash, grass, or Super7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bill!
What's up, everybody? Wow.
Bill, I was just saying the other day that I wish that I had another really expensive toy to spend money on. Wasn't I just saying that?
You were. It's all you ever talk about is expensive toys.
You know, the Rancor, the Proton Pack, not enough. Yeah. I need to give away more of my money. The ring, the Mattel ring, yeah. So ring, Super7, they must have been listening like Alexa listens. And they teased the party wagon for their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Their Ultimates line. Is it exciting? Are you excited for this?
Well, I'm excited to see other people be excited about it. You know, I'm excited to see, because it's going to be a thing. Usually when Super7 announces something, when they show it off, it's not like a crowdfunding situation where it has to reach a certain goal. Like, it's going to get made. If 3 people buy it, it's going to get made. There had been rumors.
Right.
It's made to order, right. There had been rumors that NECA, planning to do a party wagon, still could be a possibility. So the Super7 model is their turtles are based off the Playmates line, the original Playmates line. So this thing, in theory, is going to look exactly like the Playmates toy. So that's interesting to me. I want to see how accurate it is, what liberties they take with updating it. You know, I'm as like a fan of the art of toys, I'm just very interested to see what this thing is going to look like.
Fair enough. It's definitely going to have reflective rear view mirrors.
Yes, unless that was Photoshop.
Oh, could have been. I didn't notice that.
Isn't everything they release Photoshop until it actually ships? Like, this isn't actually made yet.
Of course,
yeah.
This doesn't exist.
No.
That's true. No, it's exciting. It's going to be big because those figures themselves are much larger than the original creation. So this is going to be a sizable piece of merchandise. As it were.
It's going to take up a lot of real estate. I wonder, do you want to guesstimate on the price right now? Take into account the figures themselves cost $55.
Right. They do.
We thinking $500 for this thing?
If it 300, I'm gonna say 300.
300. All right. I think that's low. You think that's low? I do.
300's good. I think 300's good, considering what it is. I think 300's good.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it, so they're gonna sell through, or they're gonna sell a bunch of them.
Do you
People
need
gonna
it?
want them? I don't. Sure. I don't have any of the Super7 turtles.
Somehow,
so I don't need it.
Somehow I was able to draw the line at these, and I did not get involved. I think actually the most recent series that they solicited, where they're going into the turtle variants, they had Mikey and his surfer gear.
Yes.
I actually think that if they had done that from the beginning, I would have been more interested in these.
Fair enough. That's a decent figure. I always did like Surfer Michelangelo, but it's, I don't know. I'm past it.
Yeah.
Past it. So we chose our line. We chose the NECA side of things for something new.
Team NECA, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I like that NECA's doing stuff based on the cartoon.
Right.
And
you haven't seen that.
It never really clicked with me that Super7 is releasing figures that are a direct continuation of the original figures, but improved. But then they're not even super articulated, because Super7 is very specific with they don't want the articulation to take away from the design, which fair enough.
Right.
But we have had such advancements in articulation. The fact that these don't have double knees or double elbows, just sort of, you scratch your head at that a little bit. At least I do.
Sure. I get that.
So we'll see. Did they give any sort of timetable on this? When we're going to see more? When we're going to, I don't know, go out for pre-orders? Yeah. Okay.
That's a good question.
So we'll keep you updated. You can check our social media, or next week on the show, maybe there'll be an update on that. And then we talked about NECA, so we might as well talk about finding NECA.
Yes, much easier these days.
Yeah, not Finding Nemo or Finding NECA. It's funny because the they weren't really pre-orders because they were ready to go, but the ground chuck line went up on the NECA store last week because we talked about ordering it last week.
Was it Tuesday they came up?
Might have been. Turtle Tuesday. Okay. Makes sense. So anyways, sure. those are shipping now. You said you were going to get yours on Monday, so probably by the time this airs, you'll already have yours.
Yes. Receiving a 3-pound box from NECA.
Nice.
Actually, it's coming from Ruby's.
Yeah. Ruby's
sister company. Sister company of NECA.
Handling the distribution side of NECA, apparently. So I happened into Target this week, and lo and behold, what do I see sitting on the shelves right there? But those two same sets, and then fully freshly stocked. I think there were 3 of the ground chuck. Who's the other guy in there? The big
Wingnut and Screw Loose.
Yeah, but who's the other guy in the ground chuck set?
Dirtbag.
Yeah, actually.
Sorry, yeah.
So I was there with my wife, and she had not used her 25% off coupon yet.
Oh.
So even though I had already ordered these, I was like, well, you never know. Maybe the box is going to come all dinged up. So I had to go ahead for 25% off and get these big boys. Look at that. Those are big boys.
They are mighty. So I walked into my Target on, I believe it was Thursday. And then they had them there. They had, I think, 8 of each set.
8 of each set? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
That is a lot.
There was a gentleman walking out with his 2 kids, and he also had 2 in his hand. And I was like, all right, there you go, man.
Jeez. Yeah. So these are easy to find now, which is, or at least if you're the first to come across them.
Right.
But I was back at that Target the other day, and they still had a couple of the of these guys. Yeah, I think these guys, or maybe the Wingnut set.
Yeah.
Either way, one set sold out, the other one didn't. But
I had my wife FaceTime me at Target today, just because I like to send her through the toy aisle.
Oh yeah, you got it
as like a personal shopper, and my set was they were all sold out. So
okay.
There's a presence up in my neck of the woods. They're gone.
Yeah. I walked over there. This was pretty early, before 9, and I had just come from. So my route when I go to Target is I go to the regular figure aisle, and then I go to the collector section, which is pretty close to that.
Yeah.
I'm at the collector section. I have one of these sets in my hand. This dude walks by with a little hand basket filled to the brim, overflowing with those He-Man figures, the retro ones.
The Origins, yes.
Yeah, so he had Stinkor, he had Green Tila or Green whoever.
Yeah.
And there were a couple other new ones, whoever's in that set. And it's so funny because we always talk about, like, why do you start to run when you enter Target?
Sure.
Well, it's because of things like this. Like, I could have picked those up and that guy would have missed them. Or like if I was a couple of minutes late and I cared about these figures, I would have missed them because this dirtbag grabbed every single figure.
Everyone. Yeah. And it's not like they had multiples. It sounds like they just had one case.
I say dirtbag because he was on the old telephone with somebody else. And it sounded like a situation where they were doing their rounds to pick up things to resell, which we don't like. We're not a fan of that. If you have a business where your business is to buy up things from stores and resell them, we don't like that. Yeah. That's not cool.
That's terrible Flipping, yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Don't make flipping.
It doesn't help anybody. No, of course not.
It's just the worst. It's just the worst. That's how we got in this situation in the first place. All these flippers picking up NECA stuff.
Yes.
I'm going to post a video. It probably will already be up by the time you see this one. I did a toy hunt on Veterans Day. I had the day off. I hit a couple targets. I hit Ollie's. We're going to get to that later at Walmart. But at the second target, I was looking at the Marvel Legends because they had the What If series, and I hadn't seen those in person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was looking at Peggy. I put her down to look at Nebula, and this dude reaches around me, grabs Peggy, and it's all on video. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, oh, did you want that? I was like, well, I literally set it down in front of me. So this again is one of those fears that we have dreams where we put something down and it disappears and you can't find it again. This is reality.
I picked up this is a completely unrelated line. So the Scorpius Rex from the Jurassic World line.
Right.
I was playing with it and then I put it down. I walked 5 feet and I turned around and it was gone.
Yeah.
Like completely. It was like gone. I was like, where did it go? Did I just dream this? What the hell happened?
That's why when we find something we want, we feel like we have to immediately leave the store. Got to get out with your things, secure it in your trunk. You can come back in if you want, but because if you just put it down to do whatever, it's finders keepers rules. Somebody could just grab it.
There's no personal space on your end of things. The guy's reaching around you while you have like a phone in your hand filming.
It was so bizarre. And then he was wild. He was like, did you want this? I was like, no, it's fine. It's just very weird. And then he started to say like, oh, I hate scalpers. This is actually for my friend. I was like, all right, sure. That sounds like something a scalper would say, but cool. Yeah, right. Cool story.
I hate scalpers.
Then he started to talk about how he doesn't like Star Wars Visions. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe Bill would like this guy because he doesn't like Visions either.
I mean, I understand its merits, but I didn't care for it. It's not like I absolutely outright hated it. It seems like you were like backed into a corner there with that one. Like, oh geez, what did I get myself into? Talking to this guy.
It was very awkward. Normally in a situation where it's like that, you sort of like tap dance your way out of it, but I just sort of stopped talking and like walked away. I was like,
back away, not today.
I'm not giving you like this is fine treatment. Like this is not fine. What you just did is awkward, and I need you to feel bad about it because it's very strange.
I engaged with a fellow human today about pizza. Oh, so that was interesting.
Pizza?
We found common ground with pizza. Yes.
Oh, please paint this picture. What was going on here?
I was gonna tell you this one because everyone I tell it to is confused with the fact. So my daughter goes to preschool. Obviously, your son goes to preschool too.
Yes.
So do you ever have to go out of your way for the preschool? Like, do you have to do homework for them, or do you have to do like landscaping or anything like that?
Wait a minute. Do I have to do homework like with my son? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You do.
Landscaping? No. For the school?
Okay. Exactly.
What
so I found myself in this. So we had it was voluntary, and I signed myself up for it just because, hey, why the heck not? And it was, just like a fall cleanup, as it were.
Okay. All right. Around the school?
So I got there at the school. So I got there at 1, and most of everything would have been done. And I was like, so what do you need me to do? And they're like, well, these bricks here, they're kind of up a little bit, so kids could trip, so we need you to kind of reset, sink them down a little bit. And I was like, I can do that.
What?
So I was walking to get a shovel. with a couple dads just talking, and they kind of broke up, but I heard the word pizza, and they were talking about which ones were better, and I was like, have you ever tried this pizza? And they were like, no, we haven't. So
what pizza did you recommend?
The Bull Run. Have you ever been
the Bull Run? Okay.
Yeah, the Bull Run does pizza. Very good pizza too.
What about Patriot Pizza? My personal favorite.
I had Patriot Pizza the other night. It was good.
I love the Hawaiian pizza. Oh. So anytime anyone talks about not liking pineapple on their pizza,
there you go.
I have to say I've had the best potentially, so I do like it.
I argue with that. Cooked. I don't care for cooked pineapple.
Yeah, the pineapple doesn't really cook though. It doesn't really.
It's warm. I don't care for warm pineapple. How about that?
That's fine.
That's
to each his own.
Fair anyway, enough. So yeah, So we talked about pizza, and it was good. And then we talked about
That's
houses,
good.
and then we talked about other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good to talk to another human being that wasn't someone directly related to me or a coworker. It's always nice.
Oh, yeah. See, I was going to say, don't you talk to people at work, but you don't consider those people like they're just your work people.
Of course. Yeah. They don't know anything about me. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
I don't. There are not a lot of scenarios where the parents interact anymore at the school.
Right.
They had like the Halloween costume parade very quickly, literally like 10 minutes. Like they just did a circle and left. And like parents were there chit-chatting, but like my wife and I just sort of sat there in silence.
Like, oh yeah, that's how my wife and I would be. Oh, of course, that's how my wife. And then we'd like leave abruptly and be like, "Oh, we're gone, bye."
No. Yeah, there's no need. Us. There's no need to interact with these people. Maybe when the kids start interacting a little bit more, but
sure.
No. We were just talking about Star Wars Vision, so let's lead into Disney Plus Day this week. Ton of announcements.
A lot.
Obviously, if you're a fan of one thing, that probably stood out to you. But the big news in my world, and you can tell me what you think, is that Disney Plus is reviving that Fox XMen animated series, branding it XMen 97, because that's where the original series left off. It ran from 92 to 97. XMen 97, bringing back the original voice actors.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's what I'm hearing. That. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
So they're trying to make this like a seamless transition into new episodes.
So are they going to end it in such a way? So I don't think I was a big fan of the final episode. I believe it had Professor X going away into outer space. Something happened and the animation was different.
Yeah.
It was just wild, but that's going to be something.
Yeah, I do wonder what they'll like if it'll pick up like exactly where the last, because usually with cartoons that last season does get a little strange. Like the budget gets cut, they try a new studio, ratings are down. Right. A lot of things happen. So
do you remember when Spider-Man crossed over with the X-Men for that Spider-Man animated series and the animation was completely different?
I don't
do you remember that
crossover.
Okay.
I don't. I need to go back.
So it was when it was when he was turning into like the Man Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they crossed over with like Beast and Wolverine, and
the
animation was definitely a little off. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when the animation is different.
It was bad because it was running concurrently with. So you were like, oh, why do these guys look different?
Right. I don't like that at all. I don't appreciate that.
Did you watch the Simpsons Plus Anniversary episode, the little short?
Okay, so I had no idea about this. Tonight we were watching something on Disney Plus, and I saw that they had a little Simpsons thing there, and I had seen some screen caps of Homer sharing a beer with Goofy. Is that what that's from?
Yeah.
Okay. No, explain to me what the hell this is all about.
So I mean, it's only like 3 or 4 minutes. It's not a long thing. So it's just they're all meeting at Moe's Tavern for the Disney Plus 2-year anniversary. All the Disney characters. And there's like a guest list. Homer can't get in. So he's Goofy's +1. So they wind up just hanging out. But I mean, in true Simpsons fashion, they kind of just poke fun at, Disney Plus and people just buying into the streaming service and having no choice but to, and having parents be like, well, this is your babysitter, don't worry about it. So it was like really almost because it's like, Disney owns the Simpsons at this point. It's kind of like Disney saying like, yeah, we own you, man.
Sure. They do. They do. That is
wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I guess I'll have to check that out just to have like a cultural point of reference for what the hell this thing is.
So the only thing they didn't do was, so they had Bart show up dressed as Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But they had Bart obviously I'm trying to think if Bart's voice actor she also does like Ralph Wiggum, because the impersonation was just Ralph's voice as Mickey Mouse.
That's funny.
So it was really strange.
That is weird. That's really weird. Now I gotta see
hops in. Yeah. It's like 3 minutes. So it's like, you're not missing out on much. You see a bunch of characters animated in the Simpsons style. You see Goofy like fawning over Homer, and then Barney's like, he's my best friend, and they take each other away.
Oh no. Okay.
But it's like, for whatever reason, the Simpsons couldn't get Mickey Mouse, so they just dressed Bart up as Mickey Mouse. They were allowed to do every other character except him.
It is funny because on the DuckTales, the most recent version, Goofy appeared, Donald Duck obviously, but I don't think they were allowed to use Mickey. So there is something about Mickey where he's not allowed to appear in alternate media. Yeah.
Okay. So then that's a choice there for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely interesting. It was like, oh man, they're really poking fun at everybody here.
Did you ever see the South Park where they just slaughter Disney and they have Stan go over to meet with Mickey and China?
Probably. Is that the Jonas Brothers episode, or is that a different episode?
I don't actually know. I've seen clips of it, but it's like that. I'm guessing the Disney version was not quite as bad as what South Park was able to do.
Okay.
Was there anything else?
Disney, they put Shang-Chi out on it. I fell asleep trying to watch it. Not a great
endorsement of that.
I felt I mean, it was late. We watched Clifford the night right before that. So.
Oh, is that on Disney Plus?
It's not. It's on Paramount Plus.
For free?
Yes.
Oh wow, is that good?
It had my daughter crying and laughing.
I have to ask again. Is that good?
Yeah, no. I mean, she's just showing her range of emotions now at this point. Yeah. So like things are affecting her in a way where it's like she's emotionally invested in a character, and their outcome has her. She was very upset with like the possibility of them being in danger. So she was on the floor, kind of just like quietly crying, and my wife found her.
Oh,
and she was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" And she's like, "It's so sad. Clifford went to China. Is she coming back?"
My God.
Yeah, it was wild. So.
Spoiler alert.
True roller coaster. Yeah, China. China was the safe haven.
I was never a big Clifford guy.
No, I wasn't either. And
it's just sort of like a weird like character. It's like, oh, he's a big dog and he's red. Cool.
Right.
Okay. So what else we got going on here?
This is that post can't hurt dogs world that we live in. I don't know what movie it was. Yeah. Was it a dog's life or a dog's purpose?
Where they were like pushing them in the pool and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So this dog is 100% like computer generated.
Well, also he's a giant red dog.
And also he's red. Well, no, at one point he's a puppy. At one point he's a puppy too. So
he's a red puppy, right?
Watch it. It's enjoyable. It's like an early 90s style. Like you can appreciate it if you like
Beethoven.
If you like Beethoven. Yeah, of course.
I loved Beethoven back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you like Beethoven, you'd be into this.
All right, we'll see. We don't currently have Paramount Plus, but
oh no, yeah, you were sampling it.
Not enough meat on the bone for that one. We have almost every other streaming service other than Apple TV.
Yeah, I think we're getting it for free, so it's
yeah. We get a lot of them. We get for free. We get HBO Max for free, and I think there's another one, Hulu. We get for free.
Nice.
Yeah. Was there anything else from the Disney Plus day that really stood out to you? I know there were some clips from She-Hulk, but I don't think they really showed a lot. Did we see anything from any of the new Star Wars series?
They did a sizzle reel for Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Which will be coming out soon.
Do we know
with Ewan McGregor.
We know that Hayden Christensen is in it.
Yes.
But is it flashbacks? Is he Darth Vader in this present day?
I'm not too sure. I think he's Vader at this point. I think. I could be mistaken. Some of they did show some behind the scenes, like early sketches of it, and it seemed to be, Darth Vader meditating. I think they're gearing up for another fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan.
Wow, that's sort of big.
So Obi-Wan at one point has to leave Tatooine, because obviously at that point, if he's going to know where he is at any point in time, or at least Darth Vader will know.
Yeah.
So there was that. Yeah, they kind of released They did, what was it? They kind of had, what was it, Home Alone? That new Home Alone they put out again.
New Home Alone is on there, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a quick word from the stars of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, which I'm actually very excited about. When they announced that one of the voices would be John Mulaney, I was a little concerned that they weren't going to go through with it, but he was there. Him and Andy Samberg are Chip and Dale, I think. I think they are the titular characters.
So yeah, no, it was exciting. It's been I can't believe it's been 2 years. Feels like it was great, and then Disney
right
Plus
away,
has got us through like the pandemic.
Right. Yeah. I remember. So we got it pretty. Okay. So it started before the pandemic.
It did, because we were watching Mandalorian, because that was one of its one of its intro shows was the Mandalorian.
Right. And then it was like they put up Frozen 2 on there early, and they put up that Pixar movie, Onward. Yeah. And then I remember we watched the live action Aladdin the day before they shut down work. So we were waiting to get the call to not go in, and we watched live action Aladdin, which was okay.
Yeah.
I obviously did not have my full attention, because I was like refreshing my email every 5 seconds.
Right. It'd be like, oh man, should I keep breathing air?
I know. It's like, am I going to have to like call out tomorrow? Because I'm definitely not going in. Yikes.
Oh man. So
that's the thing. I don't want to go any further without giving your shirt a little attention. Your shirts are the star, or your wardrobe is the star of this YouTube show so far.
I don't know. I don't know how I can top after next. I'm out of ideas after next week.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to start pulling my load. So is this an official Collector's Crush shirt that you can buy on the Collector's Crush website?
Absolutely not. Is there a dedicated Collector's Crush website?
All the funds go to the charity of their choosing.
I'm gonna just start a spring tea store with Collector's Crush. It's just gonna funnel into me. So
I mean, is there? We could just try to sell. People want this stuff. The eye patches. They want that stuff. I need you to send me one of those so I can wear it around stores and see if anybody's like, wait a minute.
Oh my God, what happened to them? Am I right?
Are you the? No, they're going to be like, are you the guy from that? I was like, no, I'm Miranda. Nice to meet you. That's why you haven't seen any videos from us lately. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So yes, it was, this was a nice, I was hoping it came early, which is great, because it's supposed to come on Monday, which I was happy, because I was like,
is it a good quality? Were you able to find a good
shirt?
Yeah. Were you able to find a good, good high definition version of that logo?
This thing is crisp. It is crisp. I'll send you one. I didn't pay much for it. It's $13.
That's good. It's a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I just lifted their logo. It's nice.
Sure.
Just give me your size. Give me your size after the show. I'll send you one right down.
Yeah. That's too funny. I want one with like their faces on it though.
Oh, there we go.
Just get like the thumbnail, or like at the end of a YouTube video gives you all the options. On the back, I want the squares of all of their videos.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. That's a good idea.
And then we'll sell those. But we gotta jack up the price a little bit. $25 for that. Make some profit.
At least.
Oh yeah. Shirts are expensive now, like $30 probably.
They are. This shirt was not expensive.
I mentioned I did a little toy hunt this week. So I am going to brand it the Collector's Crush commemorative toy hunts. I was going to say Collector's Crush memorial toy hunt, but we don't actually know they're dead. So I think that, and if it turns out they are dead, probably in poor taste. So this is just commemorative, like those coins, like the coin I sent you.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big fans.
We're like dedicated fans at this point in time.
They are the inspiration for our YouTube channel. So all of our videos that reference them are our highest viewed. So
that's true.
we want them to have a comeback, or we can do a joint show or something.
I don't really want that. You might want that. I don't need.
We'll just have 4 squares.
And there we go.
3. Phil, make your own jokes. Anyways, yeah. So in this toy hunt, it was actually very successful. I found a few things. Let me see from my pile here what I can pull out. Probably my favorite thing, I went to Ollie's to see if they had replenished the Star Wars figures because I still want those hyperreal figures. They had not. They seem to have moved other product to that spot, so I don't think they're coming back. But they did have something that I had not seen mentioned anywhere else. This is the Toy Story Signature Collection. The 3 aliens that was at Target most recently for the last movie. They've been around since Toy Story 2, maybe at least Toy Story 3. So, but these signature figures are pretty expensive. This is only $20 at Ollie's. It says originally 30. I feel like it was even more than that, but maybe 30 is 10 per alien. I guess that makes sense.
That's not bad.
But I love those figures, and I have a bunch of them, but they've become my son's, so he's sort of like roughed them up a little bit. So I wanted to have some that I could keep mint. And then I don't know if you can see behind me, but Bo Peep was also there. The signature collection Bo Peep, which retailed for I think like $80. That's what the sticker says. Only $40 at Ollie's.
Amazing.
So I had to pick her up. I also had a 15% off coupon, which was nice. So the guy was ringing everything up, and I said, "Oh, I think you forgot to scan her because the total was lower than I thought." But no, it was just a very good deal. It was a very good deal.
There you go. Wow.
So those will either be a treasured part of my collection, or I will sell them on eBay. One of those.
Fair enough.
One of those will happen. The other thing I want to mention that's right in front of me is I have a new friend that I bought at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
A Venus flytrap.
Yeah. I haven't had one of those in probably 25 years.
I don't know if he's in focus, but there's a whole bunch of him. One of them is black, so he's probably dead. I had to trim a bunch of dead ones off of there, but I need to get some bugs for them to eat. I guess that's what they eat, right? Bugs.
I suppose. I mean,
and water.
You put them outside, the bugs will come. They secrete like a sugar.
Ooh.
That attracts the bug.
Well, it'll be good for inside because we don't want the bugs. So
I think so. I had one. I had one back in the 90s, and I think I tried to feed it like a piece of steak.
Yeah, sure. How'd that go?
I don't think it went well.
No.
I haven't had one in a long time.
It's only $5, so if they die, I'll go get another one. Try again.
It's weird though. That's like you feel like the Venus flytrap is like a sentient plant. Like they all are.
It's not.
But like you feel like it's.
Does it understand me?
Well, I've always been under the impression that's like, is it like an animal? Is it?
Yeah, that's like, what I feel. Like I can pet it, and it's like, thank you. I appreciate that.
But like. Would you feel like the same way of like a cactus compared to the Venus flytrap?
Yeah, a cactus I would, but if like you keep going down the list, like if you're growing vegetables or something, probably not.
Yeah, it's like it just seems like the Venus flytrap has a personality. Therefore,
yeah, absolutely,
it must be something that.
I know that you're not supposed to.
Funny that...
You're not supposed to like trick it and have it close the jaws because
Sure.
If it closes the jaws and there's nothing in there to eat, it takes an immense amount of energy to open them again.
Oh my god.
So you could kill it by tricking it. So I don't want to do that. But there's a couple in here that look like they got tricked already because they're closed.
Oh man.
But I just saw like they had them on top of the soda cabinet. Vibrating away, and I was like, I'm and then it fit perfectly in my my cup holder in the car. It's like this could be my travel buddy. Just take these guys around.
I've never seen like what like a fully mature Venus flytrap looks like. I've only ever seen them in like a plant pot.
Do they get big? Can it get big like Little Shop of Horrors?
Do you imagine? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the goal, right? That's the dream to have a giant.
I need you to grow bigger so you can eat a human, please.
Yeah,
Audrey too.
That's my that is my my hopes and dreams for my little friend. Now, I know I've mentioned before that I'm not collecting the new He-Man Revelation series anymore, but when you see a new figure, you got to buy a new figure. So
okay,
we have Man at Arms from Series 2.
You found Man at Arms, yeah.
And I found his daughter, Star of Masters of the Universe Revelation, Tila. She's coming. Her box looks like it's been opened a little bit here. Oh, I could just open her. Well, that's not great. I wanted to keep these. I wanted to keep these on the box, in the box.
In the show, it's not really his daughter, right? She's his adoptive daughter.
Oh, she's adopted in the show?
Because she's the daughter of the... what's her name from...
Sorcerers?
Why am I blanking on it? The Sorcerers, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Is this show considered canon amongst the fans? What does Pixel Dan have to say about this?
Hey, guys!
When is season 2 coming out?
Soon, I think.
Soonish.
You know what's coming out? It's like season 3 of Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous.
Oh,
that's coming out. They went to the other island now. They got booted off the original island. Now they're on the island with the Spinosaurus.
They're just pumping those things out.
Yes. So that's cool that you found those. Yeah. I haven't seen them anywhere.
No.
I don't have interest anymore. I feel like, I mean, maybe Man at Arms, but I don't like Spikor. Have you seen the Spikor? I don't care for his.
So the other two figures, right? The other two figures were Spikor and Beastman, and I did see those. I actually saw those two first, and they were alone, and I didn't like them either, so I left those. But these figures actually look pretty good, so I picked up. Maybe I'll just collect the heroes from now on.
There you go. You collect the ones that look dynamic. Yeah. Man at Arms has always been a dynamic looking character. I would go with those. But Spikor, for whatever reason, I don't like the chest piece that they went with, because it just looks like he's wearing like a spiky vest.
The chest piece is very important.
It is, but like, is it part of his body or is it armor?
I don't know. He has the exact same legs as He-Man though, which I don't like that. Like, that is just ridiculous. purple He-Man legs.
And then Beastman, Beastman needs that fabric collar, and this one he's just kind of...
He got nothing. He's bare.
He's bare, yeah. I don't know.
Not a bear, but...
If I see them, I tell you, it's still bad up here. You can't find anything, and I don't go out enough.
Yeah.
I don't go out enough either.
Well, you got to go out. You got to play to win.
You do. You
miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's what Michael Scott said. So this week on Instagram, we were part of a hashtag. We participated in a happening. The hashtag 5-figure handshake. Do I have that correct?
You do.
Okay. So the goal of this challenge was to photograph your hand holding 5 different figures, and we each took our turns doing this. So I was at work when this was all going down, so I just had to work with what was on my desk, and I had those Disney Afternoon mystery minis. So this was very easy to just put 5 little figures. But you want? I was like, "Hey, do this challenge," and you immediately sprung into action. You grabbed.
I wasn't doing anything.
Vintage.
I didn't have a kid. The other one was napping. I was like, whatever. I can go do it.
Yeah, and you did it. You had the vintage Star Wars, the Return of the Jedi flavored set.
Yep, that was my show off. That was
a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you did some Jurassic Park, which I think the Jurassic Park one got more likes. So people were into that one. I think
it's just because it's more current.
Yeah.
It's more current. So I went with the Amber Collection figures.
Yeah. Plays to a wider audience.
I thought it was good. I tried to get them posed where it was Ian Malcolm kind of like got his arms around Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler. But then I realized like their hands weren't really like, I think he was holding his, like, he had his flare hand. I didn't swap the hands out.
Yeah.
But
it was good. I appreciated the effort. Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
I was saying that we need to do a hashtag for next week.
Yeah.
Where, because the, the great thing about doing this is if people pick up on it, they link back to you. So it creates awareness for your page, which is something that we are trying to do right now. So what were you leaning towards for our hashtag?
I was trying to do the he makes 6 figures a month meme. something similar to that, but condensed.
Holding 6 figures. So it's like it has to be easy enough for people to do anywhere.
Right.
Because I was trying to think of one like something cold, like cool figs, and then you put them in your fridge or something. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
It's like it has to be clever enough to stand out. Right. So we'll work on that. So keep an eye on our social. Instagram, the Reluctant Adult Podcast. Twitter is reluctant_pod. So hopefully I have some fun on.
Hashtag figures next to your dinner.
Well, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast does hashtag steak and figs, because that is what one of the hosts picks up when he goes to Walmart. He gets a steak, and then got to check his figs. So steak and figs already a thing. So we can't.
Wow.
We can't claim that.
Can't piggyback on that. No, fair enough. No. Steak and figs.
Speaking of wrestling, very good segue. This AEW line, they did an exclusive to the UK, and it was a wrestling ring packaged with an exclusive Cody Rhodes figure. And this was from Series 1. So it was the Series 1 Cody, but he had different tights. Only way you could get it is if you lived in the UK or had somebody send it to you, but obviously shipping would be a lot. This week, Walmart puts up a listing for a ring with figure, no photo. It gets the price tag gets cut in half. So normally $50 down to $25. People are ordering it and saying it's this UK exclusive set. But it's like, what? Why? How? But only $25. You're ordering from Walmart. You could always return it. So my box came today, and lo and behold, look at that. It is actually what it was said to be. There is Cody right there.
So you bit the bullet with the secret code word.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's the thing people are doing lately. It's they see something and you don't know what it is, and you just kind of buy it up.
Press your luck.
Yeah, wow.
Like that old game show. Yeah, no whammy, stop. So that's the figure that was selling. The set was selling for like $100 on eBay, and then of course you selling from sellers in the UK, so you got to factor shipping on top of that.
Right.
So $25. It's a good figure. It's the small ring that you can get for $25 at
but
at
still
Walmart.
A ring plus a figure at $25.
Ring plus a figure, exclusive figure. Yeah. So I got a couple of those.
I mean, I don't buy it. I'd even buy that at that point.
I had to get two because I wanted the free shipping. So I have one that I definitely will want to sell.
What happened? Isn't that funny? You don't want to pay. You do not want to pay any additional shipping. So you go out of your way to get rid of it. So something similar, the Captain Rex from the Bad Batch Black Series figures has becoming in and out of stock at the Walmart website. Mm-hmm. And every time I've checked, it's been out of stock. So it comes up today in stock. I purchase it. I don't purchase it. I add it to my cart. There's my $5 shipping. So I was like, I don't want to pay this. So I went ahead and bought another Boglin just to offset the cost.
Yeah.
Are you on your phone? Shame on you.
I'm trying to pull up the next thing I want to talk about, but it's all over the place. So I'm just going to say it from memory. Which Boglin did you get, by the way?
I think I got King Dwark. I didn't get a themed one. I got an
What
original
are these
one.
names? These crazy names.
I think they're the original names.
But I thought they were all different characters from what the original.
They are, but I'm pretty sure. So I got one of the original styled. Figures. Oh, speaking of things that are shipping or have come to fruition.
Yes.
Premium DNA Toys has shipped out their Mad Balls. So those are coming out now.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It is. So people are doing reviews.
We're going to get those Barnyard Commandos next.
Generally positive. It's
good.
You can mix and match parts similar to the
It's fun.
Masters of Venus Origins. But so they came through.
I'm glad that those happened. I didn't want to see us have another Shocker Toys situation where someone was just taking money with no intention of making products. So
they came out, generally positive reviews. So that's good. Mm-hmm. Good on them.
That is good. That's great. Maybe they'll send us some to review.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
just to piggyback on your Boglins talk, they sell these little hand puppets at stores. I'm trying to think of where I saw them. I think they had that at Kohl's in the Christmas section. Oh, I've seen them at Walmart, but they're sort of pricey. But the Dollar Tree has their own version now.
Whoa,
and they are $1, and they are fantastic because they are
look at that guy.
So
my
thin,
goodness.
You can completely manipulate them. It's the perfect thing. And they have, I think they have 4 flavors. They have the shark that I just showed you. They have the derpiest narwhal.
I gotta get to Dollar Tree.
Narwhal. How do you say it? Narwhal. Derpiest narwhal. They have a pretty nice Tyrannosaurus or some sort of generic dinosaur or like Godzilla creature or something.
You got to send that up to Laura Legends.
Oh,
PO box.
These people that are in Canada. I'm not paying shipping to send you something.
That's true free. Too. What's the final one? It looks good.
And then
the puppy.
I think it's a pug, but
my god,
doesn't have quite enough detail for me to really tell. But
I gotta get to Dollar
it's
Tree.
So thin.
Look at that.
It's like you are playing with gas or something. It's ridiculous.
I mean, that's just like a sensory thing. That's fun. You just put your hand in there and you're just molding your hand around. It's really good
if you want to practice puppeteering because you can really manipulate it in all different ways. And then very quickly,
gotta get to Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree also has these Muppet Babies. I don't know if this will ever be in focus, but the Muppet Babies, 6 figures. $1 each, obviously.
That's great. That's like a Happy Meal toy. That's like an 80s Happy Meal toy. That's awesome.
It's better. It's got better paint than I would say a Happy Meal toy. It's more solid too.
I just remember those Happy Meals toys with the car. Those were great. Do you remember those?
Kermit was on a tricycle or a skateboard. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's a pretty accurate comparison. Yep.
That's fun. You spent probably $8, and now you're having the time of your life.
I love Dollar Tree. I'll just run through the aisles, with my cart, just like knocking everything out the shelf.
I don't get to them enough, and I don't get to them enough. I've got plenty of them around me, and I really should.
They closed the one in the mall that I would always go to, so now it's sort of it's not something that I go to unless we happen to be there, which is unfortunate. But I happen to be there, so I found some good stuff.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see. Five Below, big fan. I mentioned it in the past. Wacky waving, inflatable arm, flailing tube man.
Oh, desktop version.
Mini version.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
He requires a 9-volt battery that's not included.
Oh,
did not anticipate
you can't even
that.
Charge him to a USB? That's terrible.
No, I know. I thought that actually was what it was, but should I open it?
That's one of those ones you give away at at a Yankee swap.
Oh. White elephant situation.
Yeah.
Yankee swap.
I don't think I had a good toy week, so
I'm sorry.
Nothing came in, so I guess it was a good week for the wife.
She saved some money for the house.
Yeah, she didn't see anything come in, which was good.
I got made out of a balloon like material almost.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
Wow.
He's gonna be all flappy. I bet he's loud as hell. You can see his face.
There he is. Wow, look at that guy.
That's what he'll do, but with air. All right. Five Below.
Can't beat it. I'll get out there. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not working that much lately. I just leave. I just leave work. No one keeps an eye on me. I just leave.
No, you're the boss. Who cares?
I am the boss. That's right.
Yeah. What else we got? I know there's more.
What else did we talk about?
Don't you have a story about something?
Oh man. Okay. So you'll like this one.
Milk or something?
It wasn't milk. So
okay.
I found myself at a different Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Way out of the way. Back where I used to frequent out in Western Mass. I was like, I'm going for a drive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the kids. I'm gonna go out. Let's check out this different Walmart. So I get there. There's nothing going on. I needed wiper fluid.
Uh-huh.
So I go through this self-checkout. This is early, mind you. It's not like it's It's not like it's like 2 p.m. where it's like busy. It's literally like 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I get there, I pay with cash, I walk out with my receipt in hand and a jug of wiper fluid. Have you ever had this happen to you? Like if you don't have something bagged at Walmart, they'll stop you to check your receipt.
I thought they stopped that because of the pandemic, but that used to happen every time. They would check your receipt and they would mark things off. Like they would look through your cart and mark things off.
Yep. Okay. So there's me literally with a jug of wiper fluid and my receipt wrapped around the handle.
Wiper fluid's like $1, right?
It's $1 set was $1.79.
$1.79, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was a woman who was leaving. She was stopped by the woman who was, I'm going to say guarding the exit.
Sure. It's their job.
I walk around them. She goes, "Excuse me, I need to check your receipt."
Uh-huh.
And I go, "What?" She goes, "I need to check your receipt." And I go, for this? For the jug of wiper fluid?
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yeah, I'm just trying to do my job."
Yeah.
Okay. I go, "There it is." And she's just like, she opens this, because at that point, so it's wrapped around the handle, so it's all wrinkled up. She unfolds it. She's looking at it, like in detail. Right. And it's like, it's $1.79 thing of wiper fluid.
Yeah. Maybe she thought it was like she thought
I
it was
like, is this for
something.
real? She's like, "I'm sorry, I'm just trying to do my job." And I'm like, I get you, but literally, I just
right. You can do your job.
To the point where it was almost to the point where I was so offended that I almost went and just returned the wiper fluid.
I know that moment. In that moment, you're like, "What could I do?"
I was like, "Is this for real right now? Is this for real? I'm going to return this."
My on camera right now. Yeah.
So I couldn't believe it. This Walmart was crazy too, because it was literally I had to count them. I'd never seen it before. I've seen Walmarts with lots of self-scan, purchase yourself, ring through yourself. I've seen them on like double entrances. This Walmart had a single entrance. However, they had 20 self-checkout lanes. I had never seen that many self-checkout lanes in my life.
So at the Walmarts here, the like the traditional checkout is the middle, and then on either end is your self-checkout. And there's like 2 sides to that, and like 5 on each side. So like 20 probably in the whole store. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I've seen it. I've seen like a dual entrance. They have an area of at least 10 in each one. Yeah, like a corral of 10. This was a solid section of 20.
Oh wow!
Leading out to a single entrance, and I was like, "This is the craziest thing I've ever seen."
I love it though. I haven't gone to a person in at least 2 years because
I finally got to a 5. I finally got to a Five Below that literally just had one dedicated human operated register, and all the other ones were just self-scan.
Oh, they don't even have the one with a person anymore. There's just someone up there to help in case you have trouble.
And is that what they are? They just greet you and like, "Welcome to Five Below." It's like, thanks.
And they're just walking around being like, "Do you need help?" Yeah, it's all self-serve now. Yeah, I love it. It's great. It's the best. Those are the jobs that went to robots that's fine. That's perfect.
My company needs to get around that, and get around the fact that, people can put their own groceries in a carriage.
I hate that. If I'm doing groceries like at Aldi, I hate that, doing the groceries myself. Ugh.
Oh, really?
You have to do the groceries. I don't want. There's too many things. There's too many like different temperatures, and like I need an expert to handle the groceries.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're lucky if you get an expert who will actually like match the cold with the cold and not, You're lucky if you're not gonna. If you're not going to do a good job, then I don't want you doing my groceries. I'll handle it. Fair enough. My God. I wish we could go to the Aldi model. I like the Aldi model.
You want to sit in the chair like they do?
I don't even want to sit in the chair. You just don't want to have to bag their stuff, and then you want them to return their carriage. That's all there is. That's the best thing. It solves a lot.
Yeah. I remember being a bagger. That was fun.
Yeah, sure.
it was like solving a puzzle each time to see how you could get all of the things into
but
brown paper
now
bag.
you have so many people that bring it. They bring their reusables, and that throws that equation all out the window. You're like, what do I do with this? This isn't a square paper bag.
We were doing that, but now since the pandemic, we were doing pickup, and there's no way to do it, so we just have a ton of plastic bags again. Sorry, planet. Blame the pandemic. I love
pickup. It's all we do is pickup now. It's great.
We
pick up for groceries, pick up everything.
We had a rough stretch of it for a while, but it's been better the last couple of weeks. But you'll get an odd thing, like they gave us fish that clearly like had a hole in it because you could smell the fish, so we had to just throw it away. So it's like little things like that, and then you have to like deal with returning it or getting your money back somehow. But it's definitely better than spending 2 hours inside a store with a toddler or whatever age he was. Then that was rough.
No, even now with kids, with the whatever age you'd qualify her as.
Yeah, because then it's like
you don't have to buy anything.
Right.
I want a toy.
Yeah. I don't know what we were talking about before, but it made me think of this eBay interaction I had this week. I've been very lucky with selling on eBay. All of my people have been pretty much above board. They've received their things, and nobody's tried to like trick me and get money or anything. I have the Amazon exclusive Avengers Marvel Legends set from a few years ago. They had like Thor, Dr. Banner, Hawkeye, and a couple other figures. It was 5 figures. So I'm selling them individually, loose. So I have Thor up there. I had him like for $50. Buy it now. Somebody made an offer for 30, and they write the best is when people message you. They say,
sure,
can you please kindly accept? I'm like, okay, well, let me see what he's selling for. Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Accept his offer, $30. Fine. His next message, I get 4 days to pay. Okay, buddy. Well, you're supposed to pay immediately, but I guess, whatever.
Wow.
And then he writes, okay to pay on Monday, or do you want to cancel on me? I'm like, whoa, all right.
God.
I didn't say...
I'm calling the shots here in this negotiation.
I didn't even have time to respond. He was very concerned. And then the next message, please don't cancel. I'll pay Monday morning. I'm like, okay. That's fine. I really don't have any problem.
Were you like sending him threatening photos?
No, I hadn't even responded. This was like all within like an hour or something. I was doing something else. All caps. Is it okay? I pay Monday morning. I think I responded to that one. I was just like, yes. And he writes, okay, sorry, thanks. The next day, it's my birthday today. I just got this as a gift. Could you please cancel? I'm very sorry.
Oh my God.
One more message he writes, I didn't know I was getting one for my B-Day. Can you please cancel? So sorry. And the thing with eBay now, it's like somebody like this, you want to give them a mark. You want other people to know they do this, but there's no way to do it now. All you can do is cancel the transaction and relist it for free. There's nothing. eBay doesn't want to hear it. They don't care. Sellers can do whatever they want, because if eBay loses sellers, there's no more eBay. So I just canceled it, relisted it. It's like it never happened. It's just so funny.
That is bizarre. Wow.
Some people are not good communicators.
People are crazy, man.
People are crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. People are crazy. Right, let me check.
I didn't have much. I had the holiday droids come this week. That was about it.
Where'd you get those?
Those came from Shop Disney. They're available down over at the physical retail spots down at Disney World.
You can just get them from the website.
Yeah.
Oh, very quickly, people not in America, but I guess the UK, they started to get some of the Hasbro PulseCon stuff. They got Pudgy Pig from Power Rangers that comes in the lunchbox. Lunchbox is made of cardboard. It's just a faux lunchbox. Like, it's the packaging, so it's a slip cover. I'd be so mad if I bought that.
I'd be mad. Yeah, you at least want the cardboard wrapped in the plastic.
Yeah, it's just, and you can't even display the figure. You can't see the figure with the slipcover on, and so it's just like,
no, man, you're better off just getting that $30 figure.
Oh yeah. So I'm curious how many people actually went through with the transaction and like if they're going to be like, in theory, this figure could end up being worth a lot on the secondary market if nobody bought it and they just burned them all.
Right. Couple leaks came through with G.I. Joe Classified showing off a couple new upcoming figures.
Oh, who do we get?
So we're getting the twins, Tomax and
Tomart's Guide and the other one.
Yeah, exactly. So we're getting those. I think we're getting Dusty.
They're both male characters.
They're both male characters, but they're identical except the scar is on opposite sides of the face.
All right.
So we're getting those, which is good because those were exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a anticipated figure. We're getting Dusty, and we're getting. There's rumor for another animal deluxe pack, so they're thinking it's Canine and Mutt.
Oh, I love the buddy packs. Yeah.
Yes, they're great.
Canine and Mutt.
Canine and Mutt.
It's like I just typed that in. It didn't give me anything. I put G.I. Joe. I think, what's the one I'm thinking of? I thought it was Canine and Mutt. He's got a white hat or a white shirt or something. Because that's not what this one is. He's in green. I don't know which one I'm thinking of. If I just do G.I. Joe Dog.
G.I. Joe Dog.
Oh, here he is. This is K9 and Law and Order.
Oh, is that who I'm thinking about? Why did I think it was Mutt?
I don't know. Mutt is a figure.
Okay.
This is Law and Order. He has like a white hard hat or something. But this is the one I think of when you think of the dog. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Mutt and Junkyard. That's the other set.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know who's who. Is the dog Junkyard?
Maybe.
Canine Officer and Attack Dog. That's just what their name was. I don't know. That's cool. I'd like to see those in
sure.
Some updated sculpts.
Not pretty that you'll get them, but I'm into them still. So.
I don't know. I said I was gonna get these He-Man figures. I bought those, so sure. I'm crazy. If I see it, I'm gonna buy it.
You're an unpredictable son of a gun.
I am. I got a serious case of FOMO. Give it to me now. I'll figure out what to do with it later, but I need it. I don't want to have non-buyer's remorse.
Fair enough.
Nothing worse than that.
Here's one for you. I'm gonna get up real quick. I got one thing.
Okay.
One more thing.
Here we go.
This is an ongoing thing.
Okay. Nice pants.
Thank you. It's late here. It's pajama time. All right. So
we're in the same time zone.
That's fine. So if you're wearing jeans this late at night or whatever, shame on you.
I'm not wearing jeans. I'm wearing pants, like shorts.
All right. Well, it's pajama time now. So
sure.
You and I are both on the Action Figure Junkies
Facebook. Yep.
Facebook page, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I had a guy come up. He says, I am looking for this particular item. I will pay anything to get it.
Okay.
And it is a Tomy submarine.
Yep.
From like the 80s.
Okay.
And he's like, it's this version.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been looking for it for 6 years. And lo and behold, who has it?
It's you.
Somehow. It's me. I don't know how I have it.
So how much
this might be the actual... I don't know. This is the first thing I'm probably going to sell.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you look it is.
On eBay? How do you spell Tome?
You can't find it. Tomy.
So Tommy? Is it Tom?
Yeah,
is it
so
not
I've
Tommy?
Had this. It's Tomy.
Okay.
So I've had this in my possession for like 35 years.
I know. Get it. You had it for 35
years? You can't tell
years?
the Venus flytrap. I've had it, and it was recently just in my basement. And I'm like, it's somewhere. I don't know where it is. I had to go over to my parents and be like, have you seen this submarine?
What? Like, let me see it again.
You're not going to find it.
Is it Matchbox?
It's not. It's not Matchbox. It's Tomy.
Well, I understand that, but this is what came up, and it looked like what you had.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not finding it.
You're not.
What do you estimate it could be worth?
I don't know. I'm going to see what he wants for fair value.
No, that's not how you do it. You got to set the price because he's going to You got to do it. You got to find a comparable.
I don't even know how much this thing is worth. He was offering $100 like 3 years ago. So that was 3 years ago. So what's he looking for now?
Man, I don't know, but start at 10,000. So,
yeah, exactly.
You said throw anything, that out there.
10,000.
Yeah, you can't go around saying I'll pay anything and then.
Yeah.
Is this an American toy?
It is.
Did anyone else comment in that thread about how much it would be worth?
I'll share after the show. I'll share it to you because you're on that page too. The guy collects a ton of this stuff, all wind up vehicles. So he has the full set with the exception of this.
All right. Well, this is exciting. We're going to get an update next week.
An update next week, I'll let you know.
Get enough money for that down payment.
There you go, right?
Free Collector's Crush shirts for everybody.
Everybody gets one.
Woo! Check under your chair. You get a shirt. You get a shirt.
Can I get my shirt in a V-neck? A deep V-neck.
Deep V. With like the trashiest tank top. I'll cut the sleeves off myself. Thanks.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
All right, good show. We're going to talk a little bit here. This is where the videos will go.
Yeah.
About 15 seconds or so. Yeah, so I think you really need to find some example of how much that thing sold for.